years later. Play it, Daddy.
I shall fear no man, just God. But it was God that gave me these bars.
My pen is the paintbrush, notepad the easel. Been painting with a twist before, sipping with my people. Stacking lines, equal sign, this verse is the prequel to the man you hear before you flowing through your speakers. Hempstead Nights, silky slim with the pearly whites. Earned a rep being smooth with the ladies. Plus could fight, kept the knife in his inside coat pocket. 22 strap on his ankle as another option. Protege of Chocolate Tay and OG from around the way. Used to run numbers and push yay, no Yeezy. So Muggs is in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got dark, we got Dark Ages. You can go stream that. You know what I'm saying? Renaissance Project is coming, and then like I said, you can go stream all old Muggs stuff, that he has on the platform. But I want to get into you watch, well, judging off of your bars, I know you watch sports.
Yeah, to an extent, not like I used to, but you know
Right.
what I'm saying? I played ball forever growing up, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that's just a natural thing.
So, Chuck and Walt, they're the sports expert. Because here's the thing, I work. well, it's an interesting conversation though, because it actually geared towards like life, right? And that's why I like the topic. This is a hip hop show, but we talk about everything that's hip hop. We know sports is hip hop.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So the topic was, what was it? It was the value of a veteran, right? Like a veteran player. So some time ago, veteran players was important for the locker room.
Yeah, true indeed.
You know what I'm saying? But I let Walt, because Walt, I think Walt feels that the veterans are devalued. They don't have any value these days.
The vets are definitely getting devalued. The league is kind of like microwave, like right now. Like everybody wants.
The league, about the NBA.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I mean, you with pro sports and talent, like that's just people want it younger, faster. That's what we want. But the thing is, it's like the value of having a vet is having somebody who's been through it and that's been there to help make sure that new product does become what it's supposed to become. So I'm saying, even when you have, I'm not trying to rag on him, but Ja Morrant, I don't know if any of y'all know about his situation going on with him.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
You talk about a young man with all the talent in the world. Like he's probably, as far as talent wise, he's as good as any young player in his age. And if you had a vet on that team, in that locker room, as of today, no one in there is above 30 years old. So you having a G in there, having a Carmelo Anthony in there, somebody who is familiar with that kind of, who's familiar with that kind of element that Ja Morrant is, definitely would have been able to help steer him, and they would still be a force to be reckoned with in the league. Now
hold on, Walt, because I want to make sure, as far as that situation goes, Muggs, you know about the situation with Ja Morant?
Yeah, roughly, you know what I mean? Nothing, not extensive, but I did hear about the foolery, man.
Yeah, he basically, he's reckless, right? Because it was a situation where he had a situation with a 17-year-old. Did he pull a gun on a 17-year-old?
I heard
he beat him up,
yeah.
He beat him up.
Yeah.
But
put out his piece on IG Live. I think that's what it was, or something like that. And I'm saying, like, it ain't the first time, a player like Gilbert Arenas been through that. Like Melo had his Melo had his L's too. And I'm saying, like, when stuff like that happens, a lot of times we tend to like to shun those players or blackball those players or You know, Ja Morrant, a lot of cats is forgetting. This dude is like 21, 22 years old. A whole lot of stuff is happening to this young man at once. So having someone who is vetted in the NBA and being in that locker room is couldn't literally be the difference of like your career going the way it's supposed to go versus the way it's not supposed to go. Even when you had like a season ago. I don't know, y'all know who John Wall is. He was on Houston last year. But one of the better players on Houston right now is playing a lot better, but he had them same kind of issues, like wilding out, felt like he had to prove himself all the time. But when you have a guy who wasn't that talent, who was that good, and also, I didn't even mention, these cats can still play. Carmelo can still play. John Wall can still play. These cats can still run it and give you valuable minutes, playoff minutes, finals minutes, if you give them the chance. But a lot of times people are just way too worried about having this new young product. And it's like, bro, like this microwave stuff, y'all gonna get tired of this, because when you don't have nothing for real develop, it's just like we were talking about earlier. It takes time. You gotta develop, and you gotta develop the right way so you can actually have a real dope product. And
right.
I feel like it's cheaper than basketball right now. Like,
you gotta think about Magic. Who Magic had? Magic had Kareem, right?
Worthy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Worthy.
Oh,
worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like think about, because it's almost like kind of like with Ja Morant, because they want Ja Morant to be the face of the league, right? So Magic was the face of the league. He came in. Well, let me say that it was Bird, but at some point they wanted Magic to be the face of the league, right? Depending on, you know, how many championships he was winning. That whole rivalry against him and Bird was kind of legendary, and it worked to the point where he became the face of the league. But he had people, even though Magic was out there, getting it in.
As we know. As we know.
Yo, he was slapping backs like he was getting it popping. You know what I'm saying? Like he was getting it in. But it's a balance. He still had Kareem, because you know Kareem, ain't nobody was getting Kareem had. Like Kareem was Kareem. Ain't nobody was going to change Kareem. You know what I'm saying? But he still had the knowledge. So now Magic has a choice. You know what I'm saying? Or he has that voice in his head to be like, hey, like Muggs, for example, like you were just talking about how, you know, you was, you know, when you lost your pops at that age, and you talking about 21, right? Wilding out, he out there wilding. You probably had the same struggles, but you might have had some OGs that might still was around that might have, you know what I'm saying, gave you at least a jewel or two. But how you gonna tell a man that got money, more money than most people, anything?
Right.
That's a tough thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you put someone who been in his shoes and you put him there, and you be like, look, this how you don't need to do all that. This how you do it. The thing is, when you see somebody, like if you look at Ja Morant, and I know I keep bringing up Melo because I ain't gonna front, I'm from New York, Melo. But
right.
If you have Melo there, you have someone who has literally, like, he played for the Knicks and he held a whole franchise down. Like, I don't know if anybody up here know, the New York Knicks, we just got good again. So playing for that franchise is not easy. Playing with media and playing with all that, people are really, I think we are just now starting to realize how much that stuff really plays into a player's psyche, or just somebody to be able to perform and do what they have to do. So when you have someone like a Melo who's in the locker room, or someone who's just a vet, who's been there, done that, walked that, and you can see yourself, okay, yeah, when I'm that age, I wouldn't mind being like that. Or I can see myself walking through those same shoes. Or he can see, he's been in where I have been. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be the wrong interest for me to listen to him when it comes to ABC. Not everything, but when it comes to certain things, especially when it comes to doing this right for your career, and make sure you don't mess it up.
Right. But he has his pops though. His pops ain't even. He ain't even listen to his pops.
Listen, bro. I just had this conversation at the barbershop yesterday, and I think one of the dudes. It's crazy. All the cats I meet at the barbershop from New York. I don't know why I'm attracting people from New York. It just happened.
Hey Chuck. We passed almost 10? No, 9, 10 years, 12,
bro.
See, because New York people loyal. I'm just saying. Anyway, continue.
Facts. But because like my barber, he's from Buffalo. He's like mid-50s. He said, man, no matter, he said this and it just hit home because I'm just thinking about my old man too at the same time. I don't care if I can give my pops $500 million, $1 billion. My pops' principle's not going to change. How he's going to approach me, right? He's going to be like, son, you effing up. You effing up. Like, I don't care about this house you just bought me. I don't care about these cars you just gave me. I get it all back to you. For the fact of I'm going to correct you when you're wrong. And I know that the path you on, bro, is going to lead to some destruction. And I think that's where his pops has failed him on, you can say, some level, many levels, whatever that looks like. But you can tell that there's been a disconnect where his pops just kind of got caught up in the realm of like, you know, not like father and son, but kind of like friendish. Mm-hmm. And it's like you gotta pull that and say, hey, bro, you know your son is on a dangerous track. Like but it's layers to it, right? Because you gotta take that part, and we gotta think about just in like holistically, right? I said, man, it's hard to ask, and I think Walt mentioned this about that having that veteran, which is really the mentorship. Somebody who has already been down this road, who can give you the nuances like, hey, this is how you avoid this trap, because you're asking, I'm talking about black men now. You're asking black men who are can put food on the table, all of a sudden millionaires, and you expect them to just be normal out the gate. That's a tall task. Compared to our counterparts who have been groomed from a wealth building standpoint in general, compared to us, it is different. Like, again, like, man, somebody, if you told me, man, Chuck, you at 22, you got $200 million, some of them decisions might be a little different than the 35-year-old me. So, like, that's the thing. Like, man, it's a lot of moving parts to this equation with Ja. It's. I just hope and pray that the counseling or therapy he's going through is actually connecting and not a publicity stunt. Mm-hmm. He actually working that, because I just don't want him to be another stat where we be talking about like years from now, like, man, he had a chance to make $1 billion in his career, but he effed it up. I don't want that story.
The crazy thing too, though, to kind of add on, like, if I ain't mistaken, I thought the league had like classes for these cats when they come in. You know what I mean? Like seminars or whatever. I don't know. Obviously, I ain't in the league, but
that's true.
That's why I heard that.
That's I do.
That's
like, they just be in there sleeping or something, because some of them 7:30.
I think the thing is, it's kind of like, it's not a at least I know for the NFL they have a lot of like financial classes and whatever, especially for the rookies. But it's not necessarily, last time I checked, like fully like ongoing, like year in, year out. So it's kind of like you go in, you do your thing, and you kind of out. So you have to really like, you got to really take that information and kind of build on it.
It's like that freshman course.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
high school.
I got you. Yeah, I went. You was there? Yeah, I went.
Right.
Unless you really want to stay out of the trouble you want.
Yeah, they need somebody at the hip. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, Chuck. You know, you come in and all of a sudden, this big pot of money. You know what I mean? And in today's world, with trends and all that stuff that people are trying to follow, like, you need somebody at the hip constantly telling you, like, nah, in your ear, like, no, that's not the way to go. I get it might feel like it is right now, but trust me, next year you're gonna regret that. Like, so the class thing is cool, but it's like, nah, you need somebody at the hip to really keep you in line, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
I think they should.
Go ahead, son. Go ahead, Chuck.
For me, if I was, especially in the NBA, I'm like, if I know I'm about to be like, not even just superstar, just star level, whatever. The first person I'm trying to get in contact with LeBron. Like, bro, how did you pull this off? Because he is the blueprint at this point. Like, to come in 18 years old, the chosen one, he could have been really the prototype to F it up if you really want to think about it. Like, all that pressure and publicity and getting the Hummer before he even get into the league. It was a lot going on. But for him to really build out his empire over time, getting his friend in places where everything he needs, he got the plug. I got so and so Maverick, he does media. I got Rich Paul, he got the agency. So he has a game plan for everybody, and he stayed out the way. That's who I'm
gonna tell you, and this may sound crazy, and y'all might look at me when I say this like I'm crazy. But I'm gonna tell y'all, anybody who's listening who's young, there's blessings in being broke. There are blessings in coming up with nothing. You may not see it because you in it, but you appreciate more when you broke. When you get it, you appreciate it more. Some of y'all, most people appreciate it more. That's the difference between Ja Morrant and LeBron James. LeBron James was broke. We talking about single parent. His mom busted behind. Like, see, the thing about LeBron, you can say what you want to say about it, but he's still a humble guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee he don't let those memories go of his mom, you know, busting her behind to get him to practice. He takes that on. He takes it on his back. He understands. He doesn't want to go back to that. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. I don't think a lot of people understand or, you know, realize. Like, I came up poor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came from humble beginnings. But, like, for real. And that's what drives me. I don't got LeBron money, but I ain't going back to that. Yeah. I still sit back and like, yo, I'm never even getting close to being where I was. I mean, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, one room, like I used to stay on trackside, and I used to stay in this one room house. Like we got kicked out of this we used to live on the Heights. We got kicked out. I remember circling the block, circling Hempstead, trying to find somewhere to stay. And I end up staying on trackside in this one room. Me, my mother, and my brother sleeping on cushions, and then we graduated to a cot. Rats, roaches. I ain't never going back to that.
Word.
You understand what I'm saying? I ain't not even nothing close to it.
Facts.
So, and I think that's what LeBron feels. Like LeBron is like, nah, we're gonna set this up right. We're gonna keep this tight. We're gonna keep this tight knit. We're gonna keep this family together. But see, Ja Morrant, he came in the league spoiled.
So I heard, word.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't coming in with no struggles. He ain't been through nothing yet. But he going through it now.
Word.
But that's the thing. You cannot grow in life without going through something, bro. You gotta go through something.
Progress.
Right, exactly.
That's the beautiful thing about life, man. You gotta grow. You gotta grow for whatever's gonna mold you. But I don't know. Everybody has their own different journey.
Shoot, even Jesus has scars. You understand what I'm saying?
Different
Everybody got had. But it's for you to look at and say, you know, you got to go through something. He kept the scars there for a reason. Scars are the key. I'm telling you, scars are the key to success, man. Scars mean that you survived something. If you ain't got no scars, you ain't been through nothing, man.
Right.
That's just what it is. And Ja is going through it now. So I don't feel bad for him. I like the fact that he's going through something and hope that he survives it.
Yeah, you can
You know what I'm
learn.
saying? And learn from it, right? Because he knows now it's given to you, but it can be taken away.
Yeah, that's fact. I think the part that I kind of struggle with that life is already going to present enough challenges as is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to add to it by self-inflicted wounds, like that. Because that when you start compounding bad decision making with life circumstances, man, that's tough sledding. Like,
But you got, but it got to happen. You know why? Because in order for you, here's the thing: if you not humble when they give you that money, the money's gonna always come, right? But you're gonna self-destruct if you're not in a place, a mental place to even accept all of the pressure. Like, you got to be in a good place mentally.
Yeah.
In order for him to get through that place mentally, he has to understand what can be taken away from you. That you got to understand that, because if not, you're just gonna be a little spoiled brat coming in there. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that everything's gonna be given to you, right? Like, nah, like I said, he's gonna be okay. He just needs to take a step back and say, all right, you know what? Let me just play ball. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And really go through. Look, you got money, go to therapy. Sure, I went through therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
that's
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like, you're
Stephen
mental.
A. also said, man, Stephen A. said it's like it's he thinks the people around him should do a better job as far as like helping police him. But I mean,
I think he needs to change that environment. Like, he needs to do a reset. I think he needs to really kind of do a checklist on, like, man, who's these people around me? What is their purpose? Because, you know, once you get to certain places, everybody can't come with you.
That shit self-destruct. Like I said, son, is nothing worse than a yes man when treading shit all around and won't tell you that you stepped in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it all, man. It's all good. Like, yeah, we good. We out having fun. We spending money.
Popping bottles.
We got a girl, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Ain't nobody telling you got shit on your shoe. You bugging.
Right.
You need to wipe that off. Get it together. You know what I'm saying? But money be twisting people. So if he go through all of this and his mental is not ready to accept the fact that he has shit on his shoe, he gonna keep stepping it. He gonna keep dragging it on. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he does realize the opportunity can be, like you say, can be taken away. The good Lord giveth, then he take it away. You know what I'm saying? Like you said. So he may feel that he's still gonna be all right regardless, but only time will tell, really. You know what I'm saying? Only time will tell if he really start making moves, because it's gonna be the actions. I don't care how many interviews he do or what he talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to show it. What you do is always gonna supersede what you talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so,
Right. That's what it is. That I listen, man. I hope Ja Morrant. You know, I root for the kid, man, because you know, you got the faces of the NBA and you got the villains of the NBA. He's the villain. We need the villain. We need the villain. I'm telling you, he's the villain, and he nice. You know what I'm saying? So we need him to balance, you know, the whole NBA out. So I hope he gets himself together, man, and really work on himself and clean your camp up, dog. Because you know what I'm saying, you know, listen, you're only good as your company, man. You're only good as your company, man.